Hello. If you are watching the recording, we're just going to wait a few minutes as people join. So if you're watching the recording, you can probably fast forward the first 5 minutes. And then we'll get into the training. Putting some information in the group chat. Hello. Hi. We are just getting started here and taking a few minutes to let others join. Hi, JPick. I don't know your name. Please message your name and where you're from in the group chat. Or even get hey, it's you. I should have known.
Oh my gosh, I don't have Zoom on my phone. And so I'm like, Jake, I'm sending this to you. And so I'm logging on through his.
Okay.
But I was like, I don't want to be on video though, because we just got done.
No, you don't need to be on video. You what?
I can turn my video off, but I'm here. And so is everybody.
I'm glad. Hi, guys. You're not in bed.
They're just brushing their teeth, huh?
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
No, they're so excited, huh?
That's so funny. I'm like JPick. I don't know who that is.
Hey, keep brushing. Good job. I'm gonna mute myself too. Is there anyone? I literally never use Zoom. I don't even know how to start. There's any. Oh, two. I just saw it. There's two people.
Yeah, it's just us two right now. I'm just seeing if who else will come. Yeah, but you can ask any questions during or after. I don't know. I also don't want you to feel pressure ever, but I'm glad you're here.
I think you have two different lists. Well, I signed up for one of them through one of the emails you sent. Cheat sheet one and like what you need to get started one.
And I don't think, did it send it to you? I think it's messed up.
Yeah, it sent me the photo
summer.
like
I
July.
know.
Yeah, and I meant to text you and be like, you probably already know this, but just in case. But then
I know. My assistant was supposed to fix that today, but she didn't have internet. So that's getting fixed. Yeah. I don't know. I did that somehow. So
I need to get this. Are you wanting to say hi again?
hi.
Okay. And then Daddy's gonna tuck you in.
No, mommy.
Mommy. Okay, I'll be up when I'm done, okay? That sound good? Okay, run up. And I'll be up in a second. Okay? It's plugged in, so don't.
Oh boy, I can step on.
Okay, there you go. Oh my gosh. Are your kids in bed already?
Riley is
Currently working on that.
yeah. I was done.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, I gotta go work.
Bedtime tonight. Dang.
Dang it. Oh man. I spent all day with you, so need to put you to bed too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna wait like
a
couple more minutes, and then if not, I'll go through the training. You can hang out and ask any questions if you want, but don't feel trapped. Do whatever you need to do.
There you go. Good job.
Mm.
Did you go potty?
You guys,
Going under?
No.
Okay.
you guys like make it to Heber today with your one car?
We borrowed my mom's. Oh, I was gonna tell you this, my mom's letting me borrow her car tomorrow. So we
Okay.
could, I was like, and that way, just in case something happens to Katie's truck.
Mom.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, true. I mean, you're welcome to ride with us. Yeah,
We're
but
gonna get under the mice.
Yeah, there was a mouse at Gigi's house out on the driveway.
Yeah.
oh.
Well, the sidewalk, sorry, yeah.
Then it went into the
Yeah,
squad.
maybe, or underneath the straw bales, we don't know where it went, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been pretty enthralled about this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we did go to Heber's Day, but I took my mom's car. Cause it's just, her truck is just so like, what's the word? Clunky to drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huge. Like it's like a regular bed, like a long bed, not a short bed. And so it's just
Yeah,
like
it's
all
big.
parents for stuff that we need for the house. It's just like, it's just annoying, really. I mean, it's totally fine, but it's just so much easier to have a smaller vehicle.
Yeah, well, and is it diesel?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
nice and loud and big.
yeah. Yeah, so, and my mom, I'll talk to Link. Are you going, what time are you leaving tomorrow for, the movie?
Oh, I wasn't sure. I was probably gonna try and leave 3:15.
Okay,
Probably
wait, is it the
3:15.
Sugar House one, yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather just not rush. I'd like to get there
Yeah.
and just like sit in the
Yeah.
chairs and just be happy. So
I know Lila is saying that she wants to come, but I'm like, I just don't think she'll like sit there long enough into one movie in their life.
okay.
Theater. And it was like when Jake's parents left on their mission. And so Lila is now the age that Link was then. And they like left after like 30 minutes because they were both like, nah, this is lame. I want to go home.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't think she will like, I mean, she did listen to the book pretty well.
Mhm.
Like the book, I'm like, I just don't know if you're really gonna sit there. So she's kind of sad about it. So I kind of feel like a mean mom making her not or not letting her
It's
come.
so hard, but also I feel like I often do Rosie a disservice because I never give her anything as the oldest kid. I always group Gwenna with her.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, because you were the oldest girl, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And did you ever get anything as the oldest, or were your sisters always grouped with you?
Yeah. Yeah. They were always,
So,
yeah. You gonna come over? Don't stay here a second.
hey.
Hey.
Did you get a necklace too for your birthday?
Should we turn it around so she can see the O for Olivia?
Oh my goodness. Did you have your birthday? Yeah,
When was
that's
your
so
birthday?
exciting.
Do you remember when we celebrated it? No. Was it on September 29th?
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Do you have a 5, 4, and 3-year-old?
Yeah.
Crazy.
He is almost 6, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but oh my God.
Just give me 1 second, Lila. Okay,
You're good. Right, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm just gonna share. Can you see my screen? Hey, Lincoln. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get all this stuff out of the way because it will like block your view. Okay, you can see most of it pretty much.
There's
All
a
right.
little right corner, and that's basically it.
Yeah, I know. It's because I just need to make sure if anyone joins, I let them in. Okay, so
Gotcha.
Nicole and whoever is watching this recording, hi. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to start a profitable photography business in 8 weeks and how photography can totally change your life and how my course will help you do all of that. If you have any questions, Nicole, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. So there is this myth that we can't have it all. People tell women usually you can't make a lot of money and prioritize your health and your relationships and your family, and you can't be a good mom and have a career. But I don't believe that. The truth is I can teach you how and how you can have it all. And just a reminder, you got this, because this thinking about photography, thinking about doing something new, I know it's so scary. I get it. People don't think I get it because I've been doing this for so long, but I totally get it. So cast any fears aside. You will not be alone as you make this big life change. And you just need the right person to teach you and show you how. And like I said before, the world really wants you to believe that you can't be a good mom and make a great income, or that women have to have a 9-to-5 desk job to have a decent salary. And I'm here to tell you that the world is just flat out wrong. You are right. There has to be an amazing and flexible job out there that allows you to work primarily from home while still placing the importance and your priorities on your children and your partner and your health and just your happiness. And so I just want to help you dream big. You can be in control of your life and your finances and your happiness. And I hate that the world likes to make us feel like we can't be in control of these things. So my mission, I want to help women, and specifically 2 types of women: mothers and women who are ready to earn money through a fulfilling and creative outlet that provides financial independence while keeping their family as their primary focus. And I want to help those mothers and women who aspire to leave their traditional employment for a more flexible job, allowing them to work on their terms and earn as much as they want. And what's funny is this is especially for teachers and nurses. I don't know what it is, but photography is just always draws teachers and nurses. Many ex-teachers and nurses have taken my course, and many of my fellow photographers in the industry are ex-teachers and nurses. I am an ex-teacher myself, or just no longer a school teacher. So the vision, to dive into the world of photography to establish your own unique business as the perfect strategy for a flexible and profitable remote opportunity. And so basically, what I'm saying is that the quickest, simplest, and least stressful method to start a photography business all within 8 weeks' time is by joining me at the Enlightened Lens Academy. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. Before I was even a photographer, I literally never even planned to be a photographer, but before all of this, I was always a picture snob. I know I would hand someone my phone, have them take a picture, and then they would hand it back to me, and I'll be like, what the heck did you just do? This looks horrible. And I know that there's lots of picture snobs out there too. And so you probably relate. And I always was critiquing people's pictures. I didn't realize I was, but looking back, I totally was. And one time I was so mean, my mom just always took horrible pictures. I don't know what it was. And one time I was so rude to her, I made her cry after. So one time she came up to me and she's like, can you please teach me how to take pictures? And again, this was all before I was ever a photographer. So yeah, obviously I could have been always a good photographer. I just didn't realize. But I do have a major problem. I am horrible with technology, super intimidated by technology. So the thought of being a photographer never crossed my mind because of that. But after we were married, my husband surprised me and he got me a camera and he was so excited. And when he gave it to me, I was so shocked and I was almost kind of upset because it just felt like a lot of pressure, but he promised he would help me. And that next week we were going on a trip to Cozumel and I took the camera and like I said, he promised he would help me. And I never turned back after that. I was surprised. These are the pictures I got that trip in Mexico. And I was so proud of them. And I was hooked after that. So after returning from Mexico, I just took pictures nonstop all the time. I'd get home from working at school, I'd be taking pictures, and it was just fun and creative. And then I started to wonder, could I really do this as a photographer? Could I make money? So I got brave and I asked my friend Annie if I could photograph her family. And the shoot was so fun. I was so scared, but it was so fun. And both Annie and I were shocked at the pictures. These are the pictures. It was really fun and just so special because I'm still good friends with Annie. But this was like what changed everything for me and made me realize, okay, I can totally do this. So after committing to photography and advertising and scheduling shoots, I realized my laptop was really outdated and slow and I really needed an upgrade. So my husband Riley and I calculated that a suitable new laptop for my needs would cost about $2,500. And that seemed like so much money. It was so scary. So I set a goal to earn $500 a month and make $2,500 in 5 months with my photography business to upgrade my laptop. And I was shocked when I made the $2,500 in less than 2 months. And it was crazy. Everything just started like rolling real fast. And so then I wanted to upgrade my camera and lens, which again was $2,500. And again, I was able to make another $2,500 in 2 months. So all of these were just super great for my confidence and made me realize, okay, this is great. This is fun. I love it. Like this could really be something for me. And all the while I'm still a teacher. So I was an 8th grade history teacher and I enjoyed my job, but I knew I didn't want to do that once I had kids. So once I had my first kid, my daughter, because of my photography business, I was able to quit my job. I literally never stepped foot back into that school after I had my daughter. And I was able to stay home with my baby and I didn't have any financial stress because I knew I could be bringing money in through photography. So in 10 years, I now have 3 kids, a thriving photography business. I've tripled my income as a teacher, and I've just been able to be a part of so many special moments for tons and thousands, lots of people's lives. I've served and photographed over 1,000 families, over 100 weddings. I've been a part of 2 published cookbooks. I've worked with influencers, and it's just crazy because I never, ever would have expected to have any of this, and I'm able to do all of this as a full-time mom, and it's amazing and I love it. So courage is the key here. It may seem like this was just so easy and fast for me, but it was not. Starting and running a photography business takes time and it takes guts, and I've made mistakes. I've faced so much frustration. And over the years, I've just refined my business and processes, and I've become so much smarter, faster, more efficient, and which results in increased earnings per hour. And all of this, I'm able to do all of this doing something I love. So you and anyone interested in photography can now benefit from my experience without going through all the same challenges that new photographers go through. I want to empower you and other women and families to be able to have what I have. Let me tell you about Paige. So she attended the same webinar as a nurse looking for a way out of the industry. She's married with 2 little kids and she really wanted just to work from home. So she took my course and she sent me this message that I screenshot within just, within like a month of taking my course. It said, and she said, I made money from the comfort of my own home today. So grateful for you and your course. So I wanted to show you some of the pictures she took, and she is still pretty much a brand new photographer. And she took these within just a few months of taking my course. Before my course, she had never picked up a camera before. So you can see, like, you don't need years of experience to be making money and to be successful. So I want to share today with you my top 3 secrets as to why photography really is the very best job, the perfect business, and how it can truly bless your life. Secret number 1, anyone can be a photographer. No specific resume or character traits are necessary. Secret number 2, time is the key. And secret number 3, little money down, but lots to gain. So let's talk about each of these. Okay, secret number 1, anyone can be a photographer. No resume or character traits are needed. So I've noticed that there's certain stereotypes associated with people that with photographers of, okay, I'm not saying this right. I've noticed that there are specific stereotypes associated with what people think successful photographers should be. Some believe that a photographer has to be a tech guru. You have to be techie, you have to be good at all of that. I'm living proof that that's not true. Some believe photographers are only successful if they're outgoing extroverts. And I have to tell you, even though I'm an extrovert, I have seen many, many introverts not only succeed, but like just soar as photographers. You don't have to be this extroverted people person to be successful. And okay, this is in the way here. How do I make this go away? There we go. Oh, I missed too. And others believe successful photographers have to have a large Instagram following, and this is just not true. In my 10 years experience, I have found all a photographer needs are 5 loyal clients. And they'll call you for family pictures, seniors, weddings, and even commercial things. Truly, there are 5 families in this valley that call me for everything and send all their friends and their family my way. And it is literally my business is built around these 5 families. So you don't need to have thousands of followers to be successful, to make money, and to be busy as a photographer. Let me tell you about Tommy. Tommy is an introverted science school teacher, another teacher, who was always interested in photography, but just didn't think she could possibly be successful. After she took a leap of faith and took my course, she realized all the strengths she had. Being an introvert wasn't a bad thing. In fact, she had certain strengths as an introvert that make her super successful. She started offering sessions, and before she knew it, she was completely overbooked, literally turning people down. And she now has several photo shoots a week for members of her community. And so so many women truly believe, oh, only a person who's X, Y, and Z can be a photographer. And I promise you, it's not true. Okay. And these are pictures from Tommy, again, within just a few months of taking my course. Are they not beautiful? So anyone can be a photographer. There's no resume or preferred character traits. Secret number 2, time is key. Life is busy. One of the main questions I get from women is, how can I fit this in? How can I find the time? The most beautiful thing about photography is you can choose when you work. You can fit it into the margins of your life. If you choose, you can do one 1-hour photo shoot a week with an hour of editing, or you can dedicate 3 to 5 hours a week shooting and a few more hours editing. You make it happen when it's best for you and your family's schedule. Shoots can be evenings, weekends, or during the day if that's what's best for you. Editing can be done during nap time, bedtime, or a quick hour at baseball practice. I prefer to edit in my pajamas with my favorite TV show on. So time is our most precious commodity. You can use your time as you want and need as a photographer and make money on your own timetable. Let me tell you about Devaney. She is a single mom with, no joke, 4 side jobs to stay above water. She is busy. She knew she wanted to have something of her own, her very own business she could do in the margins of her life. So she took my course, and 6 months later, she has grown her business with her young son at her side. She's making an extra several hundred a month without overwhelming herself. And it really has been inspiring watching her. These are some of her cute pictures. That's her and her son in the bottom right. She said, it hasn't been hard to make it happen. I understand what time I have available for my photography business. I set those boundaries and keep them, and then I make money doing something I love. And I've been watching Devaney on her Instagram, and she has literally she's been doing shoots several evenings a week in the last month, with it being fall and so beautiful right here where we live. And it's just so cool to see that this is working out for her. Photography really is the perfect job. You can work when you want, as much as you want, fitting it in the margins of your life. And secret number 3, little money down with lots to gain. You're probably thinking, but what about the cost of the camera? Some of you might already have a camera, but obviously to be a photographer, if you don't have one, you're going to need to get one. It seems like a lot of initial money is needed to get your business going. But this thought process can keep women from committing. Instead of wondering and thinking about how much the expense of the camera is, consider it an investment, opening doors to thousands of dollars and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The amount of money I made with my beginner camera is insane. My beginner camera and lenses were $300, and with that, I made well over $15,000. And that's like a great ROI, return on investment. 300 down, 15,000 plus back. That's huge. And over the years, I've made 6 figures. Does that flip your thinking a little bit? Let me tell you about Annie. Annie was worried about this too. She's so cute. She's a young mom with a daughter and baby on the way, with her husband still in college, and money is super tight for them. But she realized that investing in a camera was more than a worthwhile investment for her family. Since investing in her camera and taking this course, she has been able to serve her college community and offer pictures for young families like her, or graduation pictures for college graduates, and even headshots for resumes. And what was a super scary decision of spending a couple hundred on a camera became a source of extra income and added peace for her little family in their tight financial situation. Truly, the investment of a camera and a course is well worth the money you'll make from it. And these are some of her cute pictures, and that's her and her little family. So let me ask you this. If you knew that your personality is perfect for photography, because it is, all personalities are, and you knew that you could work your photography business in the margins of your life into your schedule how you want with very little money initially invested, do you feel you would be successful? Now, let me ask you another question. How many of you are excited about what we've talked about, and also maybe feeling overwhelmed by the possibilities, or thinking about like, okay, can I really do this? It's a lot. Sadly, it's impossible to show you and teach you everything I know about starting and running a successful photography business in just 60 minutes time. But I tried to show you the main 3 things basically as to why photography really is the perfect job. So is that okay if I spend the next few minutes going over an offer for you and talking with you about my course? So now I want to tell you about my course and how it can help you be successful. So what will you get? This course is an 8-week masterclass with everything you need for your success. Literally, I sat down and wrote every possible thing I could think of that I've learned and that has helped me and that will help you be successful, and made sure that it was in this course. And what are we going to cover? So the first 4 weeks are all photography and picture related. You're going to learn how to shoot in manual mode like a pro, how to edit in Lightroom like a pro, how to understand and use light like a pro, and how to book and conduct photo shoots. And then the last 4 weeks are all business related. I found there's a lot of women out there that are amazing photographers, but they don't understand business and they don't make any money. My goal is not just to teach you a skill, but to also teach you how to make money with that skill. So that's why all the business is involved too. So you're going to learn how to market yourself, how to price yourself, how to create business hours and have a successful business while also having a thriving life, and boundaries and money mindset. Let me tell you about Madeline. Madeline was also a teacher, but once she gave birth to her second daughter, she decided she wanted to be home with her kids. And she realized she wanted to make money, but to not have to go back to teaching. So she reached out to me and she took my course. And even though she's a busy mom, and she now has a third daughter on the way, which is exciting, she is now making an extra several hundred a month, booking photo shoots in the evenings after taking my course. And she's crushing it. It's so cool to watch these women. Like, I really love them and love getting to know them and love seeing how successful they are. Also, here's Sarah. She's so cute. Look at her with her hat and her glasses on. And those are pictures she took on the left. She took those at like week 6 of the course. She's a teacher's assistant and all her children are in high school and college. So she's a different kind of busy, and she was ready to have something of her own and something to be exciting for her and creative and could bring her money, make her money. So since taking my course, she's busy taking pictures of friends and family, and she's not only making money, but also feeling the satisfaction and enjoyment of enriching her life with her very own creative business. And I love seeing that, like, photography works for women of all ages. This isn't just for 17-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20, 30-year-olds. I've had women as old as 65 take my course, and it is so inspiring watching them and seeing how happy it makes them. Oh, and Dory, I love Dory. She's probably my most favorite story. She was a recently divorced mom of 4 older boys, like college and older. And she runs a dog breeding business, and she wanted another job to bring in some extra money. So she took my course and she fully committed. So during the 8-week course, she had already made $850. And also within the 8-week course, she was able to book an additional $2,700. So she had booked future sessions worth of money. Absolutely insane. So I'm not kidding. You really can make as much money as you want with photography, and you can do it quickly. And Dory is living proof of this. So I want to go back and make sure you realize who this is for. This is for women like you, women who are ready to make a change, and for women who have the guts to build their life like they want on their terms. You might be thinking you can't get started with this because you don't even have a camera yet. Here's why that is a mistake that will hold you back from success. More than the majority of women who have taken my course have signed up before they even have a camera, and then they order or buy one right after signing up. And within just 4 weeks, they are shooting and booking shoots. And within 8 weeks, they are making money. Do not let, oh, there's people, oh, I need to admit someone. Do not let not having a camera keep you back from starting your business. I promise you it's not worth it. So I want to tell you all the things that my course includes and the value you're getting when you sign up for my course, because you're getting this instant access to this 8-week masterclass. This is a value of over $8,000. The amount of money you can go on to make with all of this information is way, way, way over $8,000 cost. Obviously, I'm not going to charge you that much, but this is very, very high value. So in the course, there will be 8 live calls within the 8-week course. And during these calls, you'll be able to ask me any questions so I can help you with absolutely anything you need. You can get my personal advice and direction and have just the peace of knowing you're not alone, and have the confidence that I can help you figure anything out. And you will save yourself an immeasurable amount of time, mistakes, and frustration that all beginner photographers require, or not require, but experience. And you will get an immediate cheerleader. I'll be cheering you on and encouraging you the whole time. Sorry about this box in the corner. I just have to make sure no one is asking to join. Okay. And with the live calls, you'll be able to get rid of all the mistakes photographer beginners make, the frustration everyone experiences as they learn something new, and the fear that you'll never accomplish your dream of becoming a photographer, and the insecurity of feeling alone as you learn and try something new and scary. I know that like when I was learning, people would always tell me to YouTube things, and YouTube, that just does not work for me. I need to talk to someone. I need to like have, you know, interaction. And so I did not have a course like this, but I would have just died if I had had something like this. I wrote this course basically for myself for when I started and what I wish I would have had. When I was first figuring out the photography stuff, I ran into a big roadblock. I did not know the best way to book photo shoots, how to handle clients, how to deliver images, how to price myself, how to keep a healthy work and life balance, etc. There's so many things. I didn't have any photographer friends who I could talk to. I just had to figure it out. And it has taken me years as a photographer to figure out which systems work best. It has cost me money. I've paid for trainings and programs and mentorships, and just lots and lots of time and trial and error. And I have found the best ways to get my schedule booked and my bank account full and have my life better balanced. I'm not perfect, but I'm always working on it. And I really have truly tested out all approaches and figured out what gives the best results. And I don't want you to have to recreate the wheel and spend years of refining your processes when I can help you right now. Give you the advice that I wish I had had 10 years ago. So, and just in case you don't think a weekly live call with me won't be helpful enough, I also allow you to message me at any time during the week with questions or concerns, and I can get back to you and help you as soon as possible. Truly, your success is my success, and I want to be there to help you as you run into questions or roadblocks. I want this to be smooth and happy and fun for you, and I want you to have the confidence. So I want to do whatever I can to help women in my course succeed. So you're going to get an 8-week masterclass, and you're going to get full access to me. And so that is a value of 10 grand. Another thing you're going to get is a community. I have an exclusive Facebook community for women who are taking and have taken the course. So this community is only growing and growing over time. And it's full of other women who have taken the course or are taking it. And those women can also give you advice and help. And I can also help you and answer your questions there. And I critique and help you with editing and with your pictures. So this is really a cool thing that you don't just get during the 8-week course, but you're going to get forever. And you'll always be able to be a part of that and go to that community with any questions or, help or resources or anything. And we'll be there to help you. So that is a $500 value to know that you have that community, lifetime access to that, which is now valued. This whole thing is valued over $10,000. When you invest today, you will also get access to my editing and lighting cheat sheets. Both will not only improve the look and quality of your photos, but they will save you so much time and energy. I've spent a decade perfecting editing, so my pictures have the look and style I want, and that takes time to figure out. As I've mastered lighting and how it affects and beautifies pictures, my photos have transformed. So these bonuses will really, truly help you so much. And even though you might only be a few weeks or months into your photography career, this is what will make you look like you've been doing it for years and will give you a professionalism very few beginner photographies have. So while I truly believe that anyone can become a photographer, the truth is not everyone is a great photographer. And that's why these are included. I don't want you to be mediocre. Obviously, I want you to be a great photographer as quickly as possible. So now as I'm showing you more and more of the things that are in the course, you can see that how truly high the value of this course is. Also, when you join the course today or this week, you'll also get my posing guide, my mini session magic guide, and my photography contracts. I paid for these legal contracts properly written by a lawyer, and I also spent years figuring out the best poses and secrets to giving life to poses. And truthfully, I failed many times at booking mini sessions before I started making thousands of dollars every time I offer mini sessions. Like, I had several times where everyone canceled the day of and didn't show up. But as I started to figure out how you need to do everything around mini sessions, now I make several thousand almost every time I book mini sessions. So I want to give that advice to you and help you be able to be successful with it too. And having a deeper understanding of posing will bring your images to life and create happy clients who will continue to book with you for a lifetime. And understanding the do's and don'ts of mini sessions will help you. And while these kind of seem like, I don't know, possibly trivial bonuses, they're really not. And also, I know not everyone wants to be a family and portrait photographer. And so I can be there in the 8 calls helping you as you are exploring if you are not wanting to do those kinds of pictures. And everything I teach about light and editing will help you be successful with those. Okay, so all of these things, you can see the value is just stacking higher and higher. And I just want to tell you that it's truly worth it. If all this package did was ensure you to start making money as a brand new photographer and jumpstart you from not knowing anything about photography to being a professional photography within 8 weeks, would it be worth over $11,000? I mean, obviously I'm not going to charge you $11,000, but even if it was $11,000, you can go on to make over, 10, 20 times this amount of money in the next several years. No joke. So, and if all this course did was give you 8 live calls with me, a super successful photographer of 10 years, where I can help you with anything you need, would it be worth the money? And what if all this course did was give you 8 modules jam-packed with literally everything I have learned that has made me become successful and everything I wish I had known when I first started, would it be worth the money? So I had 2 choices when I was figuring out the pricing of this course. I could go as cheap as possible and try and sell as many courses as possible, but the problem with that is I couldn't really stack on the value for you. So I decided to go with the second option, which obviously requires a higher investment on your side. But in exchange for that, I can dedicate more time and energy and resources to help guarantee your success. So if you were a super successful photographer today making great money, what would it be worth to you? And how much money would you pay to be successful quickly? So obviously I'm not going to charge you $11,000. And the normal price of my course is $14.97. But this week I have my special offer where I'm offering it at 30% off. So my special offer is $9.97. And I've put in the chat box the link to the sales page. So if you are ready to join, that link is right there. Now, I just want to put this into perspective for you. If you were to go to my regular website, like I said, it would be $14.97. But because you've invested this time with me and you've proven that you really want to get this result, I have this special offer for just this webinar. If you were to hire a professional to teach you all this, it would cost you over $10,000. But because you're learning how to do this all yourself, and I'm giving you all the tools and resources to make it happen fast, you only pay $9.97. So at this point, you've got 2 choices. Choice number 1, do nothing. If you do nothing with the information you've learned over the last hour, what will you get? Nothing. And choice number 2, or you can choose to take a leap of faith, test it out, and see if it will work for you. You've got nothing to lose. If this does not work for you, I have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can test drive it and see if it will work for you. And if it doesn't, I will refund you. You have nothing to lose. The real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Even if it only does half of what I've claimed today, it will pay for itself within the year, if not within 6 months or less. So just a reminder that all of this is valued at over $11,000. And if you buy and invest in the course before midnight tonight, I have an extra bonus for you. I have a photography preset that's worth $200, and I'll share that with you for free. And this preset will ensure your edited images look beautiful and really pop, and it will save you hours of editing time. So you can click that button to get started and join. The doors are open until next Friday, or no, until this Friday, and next week the course starts. But I do know that $997 is a big investment, so I have a couple of options. You can pay $997 in full today, or I do offer payment plans. You start for $249, and then you will pay $249 every 2 weeks until that's paid in full. So within the 8 weeks of the course, you will have paid all of it. Or if $997 is just too much, or you want all this information but don't necessarily need my help in the live calls, I have a $497 option for you. So with that option, you get all the modules of my course, all of the information I have made. You just aren't on any of the live phone calls with me, and you don't have the community. But that is self-paced. You buy it, you have it, and you'll have it forever. And you can have all of the information I wish I had had. So, and that has a $249 option as well. So you can choose and have access to all of this for just $249 down. Just a reminder, this was something that, as I've thought about it, it's really changed my thinking. Every month, money replenishes, but here's the thing: time does not replenish, it disappears. You could go out and spend months or years of your time to figure this out on your own. It's true, you can totally figure out how to be a photographer on your own. That's what I did. However, you will never get that time back. Instead, you could save that time and effort. I've already done it for you. Work directly with me. It will cost you money to get started. It's an investment, but that money will come back over tenfold. This is an investment, whereas the time away from your family and trial and error as you try and figure this out on your own will be gone forever. And I just wanted to end. These are just several reviews of real women who have taken my course, and I've never received a bad review. And every single woman who has taken my course, who has done the weekly challenges, has made money, has started making money with her photography business before the 8 weeks is over. And that's my goal for you, is that you are making money before the 8 weeks is over, and it's totally possible. So does anyone have any questions? Thanks, Nicole. You were here the whole time. Hi, Brianne. How are you doing? You can type in or come in here. Oh, I see you unmuted yourself. Hi.
Hi.
Where are you coming from? Or where are you?
You mean, am I at home?
Oh, you're Brianne. Brianne Simmons. It just said Brianne, so I didn't realize it was Brianne. Hi, how are you? Good. Oh my gosh, I'm so funny. Do you have any questions, Brianne?
I'm trying to think of some, but I came in like 30 minutes late, so
Oh, you're good. You're fine.
I have all the questions, but not really.
Yeah. Well, and we talked the other day, but yeah, if you have questions, you just let me know.
Okay.
I know, is this still like feeling pretty good for you?
Yeah, I think
And like
so.
the right timing for you and your family?
Yes, to be able to have some extra income would be really nice.
Yes. I hear you. I
But
totally
yeah,
hear you.
I like am excited and I want to like try it out and whatever and see how it goes and you know.
Yeah. Well, and you have a camera, you even have you have some experience, like you've picked up a camera before. There's women who come in this
Yeah.
and take the course and they've never picked up a camera before. And
Right.
you know you like it.
Yes, I do know that I very much like photography. It's
Yes,
a
which
lot of fun
helps. Totally.
to be able to like create something out of nothing is awesome.
Yes, it really is. Nicole, did you have any questions? I
Um,
know.
I was trying to think of some, 'cause I feel like I always have a million questions, but then I like when I'm like, oh shoot, what were they?
I mean, yeah, I don't want either of you to feel pressured, like because you're here, you have to buy the course. I want you to only join if it's right for you. But
Here's my question, Tressa. How did you find like your niche? Like I feel like I still haven't figured out. I mean, because I love like literally I love looking at any beautiful picture, right? Like
Mhm.
picture, wedding picture, realist, like home pictures, like anything. But do you feel like I don't know, I'm just like, what would I do?
What would you do? Well, I mean,
Like
I'm I don't know what you think, but I still think I don't really have a niche because I do lots. I do
Yeah.
lots. But that's because I like lots, right? Like I like doing product pictures and weddings and families and I don't know. I like that, but like every photographer is so different. I think you would just have to shoot, Nicole, and just see.
just see if what I love or what I hate or whatever.
Yeah, like I
love
know that you're less inclined to do family pictures, but I still think you should just try one just to see. And then if you definitely hate it, you're like, yes, I know I hate it. Like I will stick to interiors and products.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to get hired, you have to be shooting it. So I think I told you that, right? Like that's where you just start like photographing your own home or your friends' homes, or if you're wanting to do like interiors, whatever you're posting in your like Instagram feed, that's what people are going to hire you for. Even if you've never been paid to do any of those things. Like at first I wasn't paid to do family pictures, but then I started posting it and showing people, then they paid me to do it. So you have to shoot and show the world what you want to be paid for.
Okay, that makes sense. I've been trying
Yes.
of like my house. This is the hard part for me. I feel like everything has to be perfect. You know what I mean? Before I start something.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so anyways, that's like a whole nother conversation, I guess. But so I've been like, I think I told you the other day I picked up my camera for like the first time in a long time because I did my fall porch. I don't know if you saw it when you were here the other day, but and so I literally took pictures, just random stuff, like my fall porch and my flowers.
Well, because your porch is gorgeous and you painted your door, so you're not upset about your door anymore.
So and it like I think I took pictures for like, I don't know, 30 or 45 minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I forgot, like that was so fun. Like I forgot how much I actually really like doing photography. So
Yeah.
anyway.
No, I think there's a book. It's right here. Where is it? Well, I can't find it, but there's a book that actually really helped me overcome not okay, I can't say this. You know how, like you said, you want everything to be perfect and then you never do anything because it's not perfect. Nicole, the book called Essentialism.
Oh,
Have you read that?
I haven't read it. He's told me like 100 times to read it.
I was gonna say, I think we talked about it. It's here's his other one, Effortless, but Essentialism, I'm pretty sure Essentialism is the first one by Greg McKeown, or however you say his name. Seriously, reading that book, I read it while I was writing my course, and it helped me so much because even though the premise of the book is not about just doing things, they don't have to be perfect. It's kind of addressed a lot in there, and you realize like you literally can't do anything until you do it. And if you wait till it's perfect, you never do it. So I'm not trying to say that to say you have to take my course, I'm just saying like, that's awesome. You pulled out your camera and you took pictures. You did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, that's the kind of the momentum you need to get going.
And I feel like I'm always nervous about sucking at something, which everyone has to be like kind of bad at least when they start something, right? But I'm like, I don't want to.
Yes, like literally. So in my course, I have this this page. Where is it? And it's like a page with a couple of different quotes that I just tell people in my course to print out and like hang up, because we all get frustrated. And literally one of them is perfection is not required. And then one is give yourself the gift of beginnings, like let yourself be good at things. Cause I too, Nicole, hate sucking at things. Like Riley will tell you, I hate it. I hate it.
People judging me for sucking at it, even though like they probably don't care.
Oh,
but, like,
yeah.
I'm like, well, why would you be a photographer? You really suck at that. You know what I mean? Like that's
Totally. Yeah. And then the other one is allow yourself to be rubbish at first. Like we just have to give ourselves permission that it's okay not to be perfect. I don't think you would be like crap, Nicole, at the beginning, but I think you have high standards, and which is good, but I don't think you're going to hit your own standards right away.
Yeah. And I need to be okay with that. Be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally just starting. So
yes. And what's also scary about photography is that for the word to get out, people have to see your work. So your work has to be in like out there, and everyone has to be seeing it. And that's super scary.
yeah, that's like the scary part, right? Is like post, because again, like what you're saying, like what you're posting is what people will hire you for, right? So
yes.
I want it to be the very best it can be, but like you have to practice to be good. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's crazy because there's women who have taken this course that before they even took my course, they've already been shooting for a year or more. They're already good. Their work is already gorgeous. And they're too scared to market themselves and to charge. And then there's other women who are in my course. They've literally never picked up a camera before. And like, I would never say this, but if you asked me, I would tell them, yeah, they're a beginner. Their pictures are crappy, but they're within 4 weeks of the course, they're marketing themselves and they're making money and they're doing it. And like, so it literally has nothing to do with how pretty your pictures are, how much experience you have, how good or bad you are. It literally just has to do with you putting yourself out there and being okay with being new and not being perfect. Because I mean, there's photographers in this valley that like aren't amazing, but they're out there and they're making money and they're doing it. I shouldn't say in this valley, but I just mean there's photographers out there who like, if I were to look at their work, it'd be total crap. But other people are hiring them and are happy with their pictures, and they are making thousands of dollars a year, which is just crazy.
I just need to like put my big girl pants on and my brave.
I know. You have to be okay with being vulnerable and
and
uncomfortable.
not caring like what people think about you. That's like my heart. I have a really hard time with that.
I know. I think it's like an oldest girl thing. Because I know you're not the oldest, but you're the oldest girl. So you're like the oldest daughter. And I am too. And it's
I feel like I'm the oldest.
yes. And it's so hard. But I was gonna say something and I forgot. But like there's photographers out there that are way better than me, way more experience, and they've never made money, or they've made a couple hundred a year. And it's just because they're too scared and they don't believe in themselves, even though they could easily be like published in magazines. And it's literally just a personal confidence issue is all.
Yeah, I need to.
And it's crazy.
For sure.
I need to see the pictures you took.
I just put them on my computer, but I haven't done anything with them yet. So
do you edit pictures? Like you've edited, right? On Lightroom and stuff?
I just do Lightroom on my phone. I think I actually have Lightroom on my computer. That's the other thing. Lightroom confuses me.
Oh, okay.
That person either. So I'm like, I can't remember how long ago it was that I like opened it and I'm like, this is just freaking confusing. And so, but for some reason on my phone, it's much easier for me. Also because
Yeah.
I do have presets that I use from a photographer. Do you know,
Mhm.
Jessica Kettle? Do you know
Yeah,
her?
that's who I use.
Do you? Okay, that's hilarious.
Well, until I finally made my own preset,
Yeah,
but yes, that's all I ever used for the last like 6 years.
Yeah, so that's whose presets I use. Hence the reason I can edit on my phone because I just like click it and then
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's why I like to edit on my phone is because I have her presets on my phone. I know she sells them for like computers, but
Yeah. Well,
one.
and what you probably know too is like how fun editing is too. Because
Oh,
like taking pictures is fun and then editing them and making them even more beautiful is like
Yeah.
a whole different type of fun.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Nicole, you should just do it.
I know.
You should just do it with my course or not. You need to do it. You just need to try. And then if
every day.
yeah, and maybe you don't like it, then you know. Because like sometimes I think even if something ends up not being right for us, the peace comes in knowing. Like,
It's like the what ifs, like, oh my gosh, I just like kicking yourself for not doing it right.
yeah,
Like, gosh,
yes.
like, could have
Like,
done that. Then
I'm
what?
glad I tried and I decided it's not right for me, but like I never would have known that. And I always would have looked back and been like, why didn't I try? I think of just after me and Riley got married, Riley realized all he ever wanted to be was a pilot. And so we went for it and he went to flight school for like half a year or a year. And like we went into debt for it and everything. And then after the 6 to 12 months, he just decided, he's like, I do really love it, but it's just like, I don't know, it's not feeling right. And so we just stopped. And I like, to me, that is not a waste at all because I was so glad that Riley tried and that it was his choice to then not do it instead of like even right now or 2 decades from now, him wondering and wishing, why didn't I ever just try?
Yeah, that makes total sense. Because yeah, like just to like try and you'd like it or you don't, and whatever
Yeah.
way, it's still like a learning experience, and you don't have the what ifs.
Yes. Because that's the worst when we just
Like those
don't
are
do
hard.
something.
Yeah.
Did you have something, Brianne? Were you talking or no?
Oh, there were a couple of times that I was like thinking about jumping in. 'Cause
Okay. Do you have
feel
anything?
okay with like the perfect thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do it because I don't know everything. You know,
Mhm.
it's like I'm so scared of what other people are gonna think of me, and I'm yeah, and so I'm just like terrified. But
I get it. I totally get it. Nicole gets it.
I'm
We
not sure
all,
about the only the oldest daughter thing because I am the youngest of 7, and I have an older sister. So
yeah, but you're also kind of the oldest sister to all the younger siblings that were like adopted into your family.
yeah, I mean, kind
But even
of.
so, you don't have to be the oldest daughter to be a perfectionist. Just there's a lot of oldest daughters that are perfectionists.
It's just like just a thing that you were basically raised up as, you know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
was like the thought is, oh, my daughter's perfect, and so you like had to live up to that. No one's good
Yes.
enough for my
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And no, it's scary and it's very public going for photography, but I think you'll never know until you try. And so just gotta go do it. You gotta be shooting. And then that'll help refine your processes. It'll help refine you knowing what you want to shoot, what you like and what you don't like. Because sometimes it's, oh, I hated that 60-minute shoot. I prefer 30-minute shoots. Or sometimes it's, I hated trying to take pictures of toddlers. I prefer taking pictures of pretty interiors and food. Like we're always refining what we like, and what we like the most is what's going to give us our best work because we like it.
I have a question for you, Tressa, about like when
Mhm.
you did the cookbook for Lizzie and stuff, or like
Uh-huh.
anything I guess you do besides like families, like when you're taking like food or interiors or whatever, do you style it or do they? Or like, okay, so like you're cooking with Lizzie, right? Like, do you set up
Mhm.
like the picture perfect moment? You know what I mean? Or does like,
Yeah.
or like you just work together? Cause like I feel like sometimes I'm not that great at that.
Yeah,
Sometimes, I
no,
don't know, you know what I mean?
and that
Like
takes
I can look
practice.
at a picture and say, this looks beautiful, or like this is what I would change about it, but sometimes I have a hard time
Setting it up yourself.
together. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no, literally, Lizzie approached me. I didn't know her. I'd never shot food before. I was shooting Paige's wedding.
Yeah.
Paige's, no, not Paige's. Nope, not Paige's. The other
Annie's,
sister.
right? Wait,
The other
Paige's
Abby?
Paige's sister. Abby's wedding.
Abby's wedding?
I was shooting Abby's wedding. And Lizzie walked up to me and I don't know if you were there, but her wedding was like a Christmas wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And Lizzie walked up to me and was just like, do you want to take pictures of a cookbook? And I was like, yeah. And I was so excited, but I was worried it wasn't really going to happen because it was just out of the blue and she didn't even know me. And
Right.
that was right before Christmas. And then the week after Christmas, before even the new year, I was shooting there at her house and I walked in and I had never set up food before. And she just had food that she had already made sitting out. I mean, she was just baking like a crazy person in her kitchen and she just said, take pictures. So I had to stop it all and I just had to figure it out. Before I went to Lizzie's, I like scoured cookbooks and like studied it. And it was a lot of like Joanna Gaines because that's what's super popular. And I even
Yeah.
brought some. And then I had a lot. I would ask what I was shooting, like if it's cookies or brownies ahead of time. So then I could also look all over Pinterest that I'd save screenshots and I'd get there and I would just figure it out. Lizzie
Mhm.
is probably unique because she had a million cute things. So I had lots to work with.
Right.
But like yeah, I just had to figure it out. And then sometimes I couldn't quite figure something out and I would involve Lizzie and I'd show her what it looks like and we'd be like, oh yeah, that doesn't look right. And we would brainstorm together. But Lizzie was literally writing the cookbook and testing the recipes while I was shooting. So she did not have the capacity to like sit and she did not stage a photo. She would help me here and there, but she was never like, I think you should do this and this and this. It was just me.
Okay. That's
Yeah. And I figured it out. I don't know. But yeah, I almost like threw up before I went to her house the first time.
that-
You're so nervous.
probably would have to.
Oh. But sometimes it was scary to learn, but it was also very nice that Lizzie wasn't controlling. When a client for me is super, super particular, that's when I start to get freaked out because then I feel like they don't trust me. And then sometimes they tell me or ask me to do certain things in their vision, but they don't realize it actually just doesn't look good. But then I feel trapped to do what they want. So then I do what they want. And then at the end, they're unhappy because they don't realize what they wanted really wasn't actually good.
Yeah.
But I was too scared to stand up to them and be like, no, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I work best. I do appreciate when people have like certain things they want, but if someone is super micromanaging me, I don't do well. And then everyone's unhappy at the end, I've found.
Can you
Yeah.
give us an example of what you
Sorry, Brianne.
of what didn't look good?
What, Brianne?
I said, can you give us an example of like something that didn't look good that you were like, oh, that's not gonna work?
Like for the food photography?
No, like when the people are being like super, like I want this.
Okay, an example would be when I've done family pictures and there's a client that's very particular and decides they want to control everything. They'll be like, we like that spot right there. But what they don't realize when I stand them in that spot is that the sun is coming from the side and it's creating shadows all over their face. And so I have to say, that is a pretty background, but I can only make that happen this way, or we can't make it happen because the lighting won't be good and lighting is most important. Like I have to be able to say that to them, or sometimes I'll even just like do it real fast and then just like move on. But sometimes people think they know what looks good, but they don't understand all of the layers that are involved, mainly lighting and angles. And I have to be able to say, either just appease them for a minute or be able to be like, actually, that's not going to work, and explain why, or even show them like, hey, stand here, let me show you, like, your face does not have like even lighting. It's going to make you look horrible. Then they realize you just have to, that's where, like, I kind of call it like photographer bedside manner. Like the way you handle people and clients really comes in, because you have to be able to like navigate their wants, but then also like stick up for what matters most and make sure that happens, or else the pictures don't turn out.
I think that's where I would need help the most.
And that takes time. And that's where, like, if a situation came up, I could, help you afterwards, or I could, if it's a problem, then we could talk about it ahead of time. It's just figuring out how to handle people and having people skills to navigate like those situations, because sometimes it's hard. And I have learned over and over again, when I just let them take over, then even though they think they're going to be happy, they end up unhappy because they look bad because I did what they thought they wanted. And that happens. And that just comes with experience. Like, I'll give you all the knowledge and I'll help you as much as I can. And then experience is how you have to learn some things too. But I'm always happy to help. And that's also why the more you do photography, the better you understand who your dream client is. So then you aren't dealing with people like that. It's when photographers, it's usually when, they're super, super cheap. Literally, the cheaper a photographer is, the worse they're treated. The less I charge, the worse I'm treated by my clients. The more I charge, the more I'm respected, and the less problems I have with clients. It seems backwards, but that's truly how it is. So as you raise your prices, which you can do pretty quickly, I help you do that, then you will start to eliminate a lot of these problems. Which is, I don't know, I never would have expected that.
That's fascinating. It's like,
Yeah.
Sorry, Nicole, go ahead.
I was just saying, it kind of makes sense just because, like, when you think of someone, like, if you know what you're doing, you know what I mean? Like, if they're paying more money, they're like, okay, clearly, she knows what she's doing, and
Yeah,
she's good.
like they trust
that,
you. They're like, oh, take all my money. I'm not gonna think about it.
Yeah, but if it's like super cheap, they're like, okay, clearly she needs some help. I don't know. Anyways,
yeah.
like
And like the more someone invests, the more they trust it. Where if it's cheap, they don't trust it, and they just treat you worse. It's so crazy. So like, most of the worst experience I've had with clients were within the first 2 years of my business. And then as I charged more and more, I've eliminated most of those problems. And now when a possible client reaches out to me, I can tell right away, like, if I want to work with them or if I don't.
just by how they like word their like,
just by how they talk to me. Like, if it's someone I've never met before, I can tell right away. And that's where this is like learning boundaries. This is like intense business stuff, right? And so that's where I like just tell them I'm not going to do their pictures, or I'm not going to do them, or I'm like, I'm just going to double my prices and see what they say. Like, oh yeah, I'll do that for X, Y, and Z. I'll gladly help you for, way more than I normally charge. So then if they still hire me, then I'm not upset if they treat me poorly, because I compensated for it.
Time and your energy.
Yeah.
So if they had like an hour, if they booked an hour session with you or whatever, you just charge them $1,200.
Well, I would just I tell them ahead of time, right? Because I can tell when someone reaches out to me how they're going to be. So if like I normally charge, I don't know, like $400 for an hour session, and they're talking to me and I can tell they're going to be like hard, and then they ask me my pricing, then I'll be like, oh yeah, family pictures are $650.
Oh, okay.
So like,
That makes sense.
that's, yeah. So like interacting for a minute with people before you give them your pricing can be good sometimes, because then you can figure out like, how much is it worth it for me to deal with you? Which, that sounds bad. I promise there's not a ton of horrible clients out there, but there will be people, just by the way they reach out to you, you can tell like, do I want to deal with you? I don't even know you, and we've had 2 texts back and forth, and I already like don't like how you were interacting.
Is that why on your website you don't have a price?
So I don't have pricing
That's smart.
for weddings, because so like for big ticket things like weddings, people
Mhm.
often don't put their pricing up because they want the potential client to reach out to you so you can interact with them before having a number just like turn them away.
Gotcha.
And then I have like my standard pricing that I pretty much stick to, but if someone who doesn't, yeah.
Well, and
We're the
weddings can be
boss.
different too, right?
What?
Like I said, well, weddings can be different too. Like I had you for like 8 hours on my day,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and some other people only want you for like 2 or whatever. So it
Yeah.
can
Yep.
differ.
Yep. So there's a tons of different packaging. So that's another reason why pricing isn't often on, because people might think, oh my gosh, she just charges $3,000. Where if you sit and talk to them, maybe for their needs, it isn't $3,000, or it's more than $3,000. Like every wedding is different. And so that's where like a consultation is important, so you can properly quote them. And I guess I don't have family pricing online. I don't know.
Well, most people that want to book you, they they generally get a like referral from somebody, and
Yeah.
they're like, she's really good. She's expensive, but she's good, and I don't know that they really say how much you charge or anything, but
Yeah. Well, and yeah, like I found what I do like mini sessions so people can affordably get good pictures from me without having to pay for the full hour, right? Like what's also super cool about photography is there's no rules, right? You can create your pricing however you want. It can be based on your time. It can just be based on the kind of shoot. It can be based client by client. Like there's so many photographers out there that do different pricing, like per person, how many people are in your family, if you're getting prints or not. Like there's so many different ways. There's maybe ways that are more common, but there's a lot of different ways you can do it.
have you ever done prints?
Technically the delivery service, I like share my picture the way I share my pictures with my clients, there are printing options through that. I don't do prints. I don't want to deal with prints. But like some places like in the South, or I don't know, maybe there's certain places where they charge like 500 for the shoot and then like an additional 500 for prints, or like an additional 500 for the rights to print. So there's a lot of ways. Or there's people who do a shoot and then they let the people that they took pictures of choose 10 pictures, and then they only edit those 10 pictures. Like totally different than what I do. But yeah, there's lots of ways to do it.
Because you pick out the best ones, and then you edit all of them, and then send all of them to us.
Well, so the way I do it is I go through, I pick my favorite ones and I edit those and I give those back. I don't give back everything, but some photographers, they just let them look at the whole gallery unedited, and then they only edit like their 10 or 20 pics, like the ones they pick. I don't know. It's weird.
Sorry, Austin's babbling.
You're fine. Yeah. Anything else I can answer for you guys?
I don't think I have any more questions.
Okay, yeah. You're good. You're so nice, Nicole. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Anything else I can help you with, Brienne, before we end the video, the call, training?
I can't think of anything right now.
Okay. You text me if you need anything, okay?
All right, I will.
I'll text you in a few days if I haven't heard from you, but don't feel pressure.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thanks, Brienne. I hope that was
Thank
maybe
you.
helpful for you.
It was, and I liked being able to hear Nicole's questions too, because that was really helpful.
Yeah, well, and that's what's so cool about my live calls in the course is that everyone who's in the course comes and then other people ask questions and you're like, oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought about that. Or you might even, Brienne, might know the answers to the questions. So like I can answer them, but you can also help each other, you know? So it's super cool to like do those calls. I had my call earlier today with some girls and it was so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
that would be really helpful, I think. Because sometimes I'm like, I can't think of anything right now. And then as soon as I hang up, I'm like flooded with questions.
I know.
I hate that.
Totally. Oh. Awesome. Okay, well, I'll
But
text you,
yeah,
Brienne.
I think. Sorry,
No,
you
you're
cut out.
fine. Oh,
that?
yeah. I'll text you. I'm glad you were here. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Sorry I was late.
Oh, you're fine. I'm sorry. Did you wait a while to join? I didn't see that you had been waiting.
Just a couple minutes.
Yeah,
But it's not a
sorry.
big deal. It's okay.
Okay.
I totally
well,
like kind of forgot about it and I was like, oh crap.
that's why I have to put literally alarm clocks on my phone for everything, or else I miss things.
Well,
Rosie, yeah. What?
You'd send the emails and I would like, poop. It's already 8:30 and I haven't looked at my phone in over an hour. So it was like
You're good.
I literally
fine.
didn't even know what time it was until I looked at my phone and saw it and was like, oh man.
Yep. That's motherhood. You're
Yeah,
busy.
seriously.
You're being a good mom.
I don't know about that, but I do my best.
Okay, Brienne, you have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.